Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to Monks in the Morning from Colombo Dhamma Friends of Mahamevnawa. The monks here are so happy to get to spend time with you now. When we're with each other, we get to learn all sorts of things that help us to be better people. The more we learn from our good Dhamma friends, the easier it is to remember to do the right things, even when it's difficult. This is important to remember when we do bad things, that no matter what, the Supreme Buddha reminds us that we can give up doing bad things by following his teachings. And when we spend time with good people like this, we naturally start to give up these bad actions. Today, we'll listen to a Dhamma discussion between one of the Bhantes and a couple of your friends from Dhamma School. We'll learn about the ways that they're happy to collect merit when they come to the monastery, as well as how they collect merit at home. Let's begin the day by going for refuge and taking the 5 precepts. Before we take the 5 precepts, we should think back about any precepts we may have broken since we took them the last time. It's great if we can tell our parents if we have, but even if we feel too shy to do that, we can still make the decision right now not to break those precepts again. So, think for a moment if you've broken any precepts, and then we'll take them again together.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Say it together with me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Sanghaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Dutiyampi sanghaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Tatiyampi sanghaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now to observe the 5 precepts, say after me. Say loudly. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Today I have two kids with me. So today we are going to discuss on why children come to the monastery and what they do here. Today we have two children with me who came from school before it ended. So let's ask these two children why they have come today and what they have done so far. So first of all, I would like to give the chance to the elder brother to let us know, to tell the listeners what you have done so far in the monastery and what made you to come here today.
Namo Buddhaya, Venerable Bhante, and dear Dhamma friends. So I came to the Asapua today because, for me it was because I really didn't want to do an exam. But for Amma it was because she was asked to by Swaminatha to bring us here. Also, Swaminatha, what we did so far, me and Mali had the great opportunity to offer dana to the Mahasangha right as soon as we came too. So we collected a lot of merit by doing so. After that, we were able to take out some trash and clean up the Asapua a little bit. And also we were able to give food to one of the uncles who didn't have lunch yet, and an ayah as well. After this, we were able to set up a few things for the propagation of Dhamma, and so doing all these things, we collect a lot of merit.
So that was the elder one. How about the younger one?
Sounds I got to offer dana with Ayah. I also helped to carry the trash outside with Ayah. So also I got to give food to a couple of animals. And I helped Ayah test the mics so we can do the Dhamma propagation.
You tested the mics as well.
Yeah, myself.
So wasn't it any uncles did this part?
No, Sanse.
So the mic setup and the studio setup, who did that?
Me and Mali Swaminatha.
Very good. So did you thought that you will spend your time in a monastery like this in the morning when you wake up?
Today, Swaminatha, I was hoping I would, because Swaminatha, yesterday when we were at home, Swaminatha, after school, our Amma told us that Swaminatha had called Amma and to come tomorrow, and Amma said we could come. So I was really excited to come to the Asapua so we can collect more merit and maybe even offer dana to the Mahasangha.
Very good. So what time did you come to the monastery from school?
So we left school around 10:30 during the break for us, and we arrived around 11.
So when you're at home, do you have time to spend time with your mother and father both?
Yes, Swaminatha. At nighttime, Swaminatha. At nighttime, one day we read the Mahavansha together
with the family.
Yes, I did the Sinhala Mahavansha together with the family. Another day we play a board game at nighttime.
So what do you do at home with your? How do you spend time with your family, with your mother and father?
So Swaminatha, we do a Buddha Puja every night. Swaminatha, now that the person who worked at our house, now that she left for a bit, we do the Buddha Puja every night as a family. And also, or sometimes it's just me and Mali. And
what time you usually do the Buddha Puja at home?
So around right before it goes completely dark, so we can pick flowers, so I say, from outside and do everything else, like offer a pang and light the lamps. So we do that around right before it gets dark, so around 5:30.
How long do you spend time for the Buddha Puja?
Well, so I say there's not a time limit what we do, so I say we
Now, does the younger one remember what you do in the Buddha Puja? Tell the listeners how you do a Buddha Vandana.
So first we go homage to the Supreme Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, and then we offer the puja items, and then we say Karaniya Metta Sutta, Mora Paritta, sometimes Dajagga Sutta, Angulimala Paritta, Viru
Kanda Paritta.
Kanda Paritta, and Satyakriya.
Satyakriya. You do that in Sinhala or in English?
Sinhala Swamina.
You have memorized the Satyakriya?
Yeah, my son.
Have you memorized now? You can tell it now? Can you tell one verse?
E bhagavatu arahatu apage samma sambuddharajanan mahanse Shri Sambuddhatvaye navavanamasaye turutu punpohodak Sri Lanka bhumi himayanganayata varamakota laktivata rakkena siti bihi sunuyakun palava hariya bhava satyai satyai satyai.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu. So do you know the meaning of that? Tell us the meaning.
So our Supreme Buddha, our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha, after 9 months of attaining enlightenment, came to Sri Lanka, and before people inhabited Sri Lanka, before Prince Vijaya came to Sri Lanka, there were a lot of powerful and vicious yakas here. So the Supreme Buddha, out of compassion for the people, and so that the Buddha Sasana will last a long time, for 5,000 years, Supreme Buddha, he sent those yakas away onto a different island which is not visible to the human's eye.
So do you remember the name of that island?
No, sir.
Giri, right?
Giri.
The name of that island is?
Giri.
So, dear Dhamma friends, so this is how children spend time at home, and they do Buddha Vandanas at home, and they do Dhamma discussions. So what are the books that you read at home together?
Together as a family, so we read the Mahavancha, the Sinhala one, because me and Mali can't understand Sinhala too well. So
how do you read that? Do you sit down at one place, or in the dining room, or in the dining hall?
What we do in Amma's and Tata's bedroom, what we do, we all sit on the bed, and Amma reads it to us, and we try to understand as Amma reads. And if there's a spot that we don't understand, we point it out, and Amma explains it to us.
So do you have a specific date for that, or you do it whenever you have free
Whenever
time?
We're free. Except sometimes it's always at night time, because that's the only time the whole family's free.
Like how many days per week you do that?
We actually recently started Thailand, so
Only 2 days so far.
1 day.
Oh yeah, 1 day reading the Mahavancha.
Okay. So then do you have time to meditate with your mother and father?
No, sir.
A group meditation?
No, sir.
So do you have time to meditate at home?
Sanse, I normally cause I have a fear of the dark, Sanse. I'm kind of scared. So most of the time what's on my mind is I'm a disciple of the Supreme Buddha, worshipping to the Supreme Buddha, and before I go to bed, I do Metta Bhavana, and then I go to bed.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So dear Dhamma friends, dear parents, and dear children, now see how children spend their time. And this way, when children spend their time, they have enough time to practice Dhamma, and they won't regret after they grow old, thinking that we haven't practiced Dhamma when we were young. So death is unpredictable. For anyone living in this world, death is unpredictable. Even Buddhas pass away. Even Buddhas face death one day. So even Buddhas can't avoid death one day. So that's why we have to be heedful and practice this Dhamma. So today we had these 2 kids. They came to the monastery. They did chores in the monastery. Just after they came from school, they straight away came to the monastery and they changed their clothes and they started offering dana, and they cleaned the pots and pans, and then They prepared fruit for the Mahasangha. They prepared fruit plates. And then they had their lunch in the monastery. So now they are used to offer dana to Mahasangha. And then Puta, when did you offer dana? While you were offering dana, in what kind of things you were concerned while offering dana?
Swainanse, I was, well, mainly because Swainanse was the only Swainanse at the Asapur right now. And also because it was getting a bit late. I was worried that Swainanse wouldn't have enough time. Also, I was worried that if I did something wrong or anything like that. But while I was actually offering, the only thing that was on my mind is I'm offering this to the Mahasangha.
So even if you were offering to one monk, you had the idea that you're offering it to
Mahasangha.
Mahasangha. So it's amazing that our teacher has taught us these things. So do you know our teacher's name?
Venerable Kirivat Kodanyanananda Swainanse.
So what's her name? Say loudly. Most Venerable
Kiripat Goda Jnana Ananda Thera.
Kiripat Goda Jnanananda Mahathera. So that's our teacher. And in Sinhala, how do you call him?
Loku Swaminanse.
Say loudly.
Loku Swaminanse.
Loku Swaminanse. So we are learning Dhamma and we are doing all these things with his blessings, with his guidance. If he did not preach this Dhamma in a lucid way, in a simple way, do you ever think that we will learn this Dhamma today?
No, Swaminanse.
No. So we should pay our homage to our teacher as well. So dear parents, so when your kids are small, you should know how to train them and find time to spend time with the children and give them the gift of the Buddha's teachings. So Duveen, what do you have to tell your friends today?
Dear Dhamma friends, so if we want to be able to be happy when we grow older, so we can have a pleasant mind that we collected a lot of merit, so there's nothing to fear. We're disciples of the Supreme Buddha, so we will go to a good world. So if we want to be able to think like that, we always have to come to the Asapua often. We have to do lots of good deeds. We have to help our parents. We have to pay respects to our parents. We have to pay respects to the Mahasangha. And just collect a lot of merit so that we can go to a good world and then we can attain to Nibbana.
Now, haven't you feel like, how did you feel didn't you have times where you were away from the monastery that you can go to a monastery for weeks? Then when you're at home and when you were away from the monastery, didn't you feel a difference in your qualities?
Yeah, my Swaminanse.
How did you experience that?
So Swaminanse, when we're at home, and one thing I feel Swaminanse when I'm at home and I am not able to go to the Asapur, I feel sad Swaminanse, and I also feel like I'm missing out on a lot of things. I won't be able to collect as much merit anymore. I might lose my chances. Those are the kind of things that comes in my head when I think about the monastery.
So, do you have friends in this Dhamma School in the Asapur, the Saturday Dhamma School? How do you know them? Like, who are they?
Lochanaya. He's very nice and he's a good Kalyana Mitta. Even my Amma says that he's a good kid, so him and...
So is there a difference between the kids that you meet in the Dhamma School at school? Do you have a difference between the children that you meet in the Dhamma School and in the school?
My sons.
What do you see the difference?
Oh, in the Dhamma School, the kids are a lot more well behaved than the kids in school, and yeah.
So how was the Katina ceremony?
It was really good, Sensei.
What did you experience in the Katina ceremony? What's so interesting in the Katina ceremony?
I was so happy because for the first time I got to keep the Katina Chiva on my head when we were taking it from the place. When we were taking it from the place where it was made, I got to keep it on my head. So I was really happy I got to do that. And I think it was the first time the third time I've been to a Katina ceremony.
Have you engaged in a Katina ceremony before?
Yes.
And when we were in Canada, we went to Canada and we got to go to Acton and the Toronto Asapur.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, Dulina, what do you experience?
In the
What did
cut-
you experience in the cutting ceremony?
So I'd say I was really happy in the Katina ceremony, knowing that we are the ones sponsoring it. It's a special day for the Mahasangha. It's a special day it's an extremely special day for us because we get to collect a lot of merit. The opportunity only comes once in a year, and so that's even on that day I made some new friends as well. So it's friends that I've people that I have not met before in Lasapua. Because before the Katina actually started, I didn't know many kids my age in this Asapua, know them or even their names. But after the Katina started, I learned names of a few other friends, and I also got to be friendly with them as well.
So, Katina ceremony, you had enough time to meet your friends and talk to your friends.
Yes.
So, usually in the Dhamma school, you listen to Dhamma and not much activities. So these extra activities, you will gain merit and you will meet friends. So, that will help you to have good friends in your life. Okay. So, dear Dhamma friends, so this is how children spend time when they come to a monastery like this. So, fortunately, with the blessings of our teacher, Most Venerable Kiribad Guru Jnanananda Maha Theravaloka Swamin Wahanse, we started this new monastery at Kotte. This monastery is conducted, the Dhamma sermons in this monastery are conducted in English, mainly for the kids and also for the expats and children who are, and also for the adults and for the English-speaking community in Colombo. So you can join for the programs conducted in this monastery and also in Colombo. So you can visit the website. You can visit the website and find out more details about our programs. You can visit to serenecolombo.org and find more details. So we hope to have a Dhamma discussion like this in future with the other kids who come to the Dhamma school. So we bless these two kids. May they have long life, and may the listeners have long life, and may these kids' parents have long life, and may everyone realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
Guru Upades kisiwak neti Riju gamana kiyanne, following a straight path without a guidance of a teacher. Perum pura gena bala rakawaraneta enne, having the protection of the power of perfections completed. Dasa bala budu nuvana ativa tun lova jaya ganne, winning the three worlds with the Buddha's wisdom of the 10 powers. Samma sambudu guna yutu Budu himi namadinne, venerating the Buddha accomplished with the quality of Samma Sambuddha. Sadhu sadhu mama Gautama Munidu saranayanne. Sadhu sadhu, I go for refuge to the great sage Gautama Buddha. Children, the Blessed One realized the Four Noble Truths. Whatever we learn today, everything that we learn today, there are 84,000 sectors. Just in one sector in Sutta Pitaka, there are close to 18,000 sectors, 18,000 teachings. All these things were realized without a guidance of a teacher. So let's go for refuge to that great teacher and recollect the Buddha's great qualities and make the ultimate assurance for our lives. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Therigatha. Verses of Arahant Nuns.
One day, I was well dressed and decorated with jewelry. I was wearing flower garlands. My body was smeared with sandalwood cream. I was surrounded by my female attendants, taking an abundance of food, drinks, sweets, and snacks. I went to the park to have fun. Having enjoyed playing there, on my way home, I visited the Anjana Forest Monastery in Therigatha. There, I saw the Supreme Buddha, shining like the brightest lamp that illuminates all three worlds. I approached the great teacher and worshipped him. Out of compassion for me, the Supreme Buddha, the one with eyes of Dhamma, taught me the excellent teaching. The Buddha is a great seer. Having heard the Supreme Dhamma, I realized the Four Noble Truths, sitting on that very seat. I attained the lust-free state, Nibbana. Thus, knowing the true Dhamma, I became a nun. I attained the triple knowledge. The Supreme Buddha's training is never in vain. These verses were said by Arahant nun Sujata.
If you'd like to listen to more teachings from the Arahant nuns, go to serenecolombo.org/radio and click on the show notes. There you'll find a link to a free audiobook that you can download, as well as information on where you can get the printed book. I'm so happy we were able to spend time together today. We hope that you learned something new, and we really hope that you can use what you learned as you go about the rest of your day. Do you chant the Buddha Puja at home with your family? If you don't, could you start tonight? It doesn't have to be anything fancy. If you already do, why don't you tell us about it? We'd love to hear from you. Now let's share merits. Today, we've done many wholesome actions by body, speech, and mind. We went for refuge and took the 5 precepts. We listened to a Dhamma discussion. We listened to verses from the Therigatha. All these things are wholesome actions. So, may all of our parents, teachers, friends rejoice in these merits. May they soon experience the supreme bliss of Nibbana in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.